Another day, another episode where we're still joint top of the table with Manchester City. They will not stop, as we said yesterday, and as was the title of yesterday's episode. Today we hope that they do slip up, as we will play against Leicester, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest in today's episode, as well as including the most important European fixture of arguably our entire time at Leeds. Last season and this season, the 2 seasons we've been involved, but I'd say this UEFA Champions League final group stage game is more important than the Europa League final last year. I do not want to get grouped in the Champions League in our one and only season in this competition. We'll start with Leicester, we'll play Milan. I'm then going to sim Palace at home because they're relegation threatened and it's a home game, and then play Forest away. Do it the other way around. I was initially thinking of playing Palace and simming Forest, but just seeing Forest are halfway up the table and Palace are relegation threatened, and it's a home game against Palace. So there'll be the 3 games we play and then the one simmed game, and fingers crossed eventually City will drop some points, but I have to ensure that I don't drop any points to make sure that we can take advantage when they do. Make sense? Good. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell ticked. I'm back streaming on Twitch again. The first stream was yesterday. Follow me on Twitch, there's a link in the description. I'll be live again today, a little bit later on this afternoon. In fact, when you see this, I may already be live over on Twitch with Football Manager and FIFA, so come and join me. But for now, let's concentrate on this game against Leicester City. Leicester's 11, Daniel Everson in goal, Justin, Torres, Retsos and Chilwell, Harit, Chowdhury and Owusu, with Canos, Sanabria and Noah Lang as a front 3. Eric Dyer on the bench, Jose Perez still there, Josh King still at Leicester as well. Of course, we had him here at Leeds for a couple of seasons. That feels like an age ago now. The side looks incomparable to the one that had Josh King in it. 100%. Hopefully, this can be the performance that sends us top of the table outright. Chowdhury into Owusu. Tony Sanabria did really well to turn and back away and work the space for the pass. He just didn't then execute that pass as well as he could have done. Unfortunately, Militao's interception, which was very well done, went straight back to a Leicester City man, but we've cleared that away. And I'll get this all the way out wide here towards Daniel Marlon. And we'll look to counter. Roberts is there. Sancho is in some space on this right-hand side. We'll try and turn Chilwell, which we've done really well. We'll look for Orlan, and he'll look immediately for Tyler Roberts, who cannot be found. 11 minutes in, both sides looking to try and pry the other's defence apart with some intricate passing, but neither side able to do it yet. That was a bit of a flare pass. Sanabria again holding up the play. Here's James Justin. We used him at Cambridge United last year on FIFA 19. Cambridge United will be the next team that we use on career mode. For those of you that didn't get the hint in an earlier episode, couple of episodes ago, the career mode Road to Glory with Cambridge United from League 2 in England will be the next series we do here on the YouTube channel at the end of this season with Leeds. That series is on its way. You can see the shirt that I've already bought on the chair behind me. That series is coming, and I know a number of you are looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys show that series as much support as you have done this one. This has been one of the most popular series that I've done for a while on the YouTube channel, and hopefully the return of the career mode RTG will be just as popular. But I do want to end this series with a Premier League and or a Champions League title to our name, rather than just 2 FA Cups and a Europa League. Noah Lang just kept running there. Malacia will look to win this header and flicks it away well enough. Can Marlon keep that in? He can, and we'll try and build ourselves. I'll look for Renato in the middle there. It's a lovely ball. Right then, run for me, Jaden. Get down that line. Oh, brilliant ball by Hakimi inside the defender. And we could be in here for a chance. I'm going to pull this back. It's Renato who buries it. No mistake on his left foot. We have a 1-0 lead just before the half-hour mark. And it's Renato Sanchez arriving late in the box again. Lovely ball over the top for Canos. Where's this going to go? Backwards at the minute to James Justin. Harit, Chowdhury. Harit is a very good player, and he did score against us last time we played Leicester, so we're going to have to be wary of him. involved in a lot of their play going forward as well. Here's Chilwell into Noah Lang. They've had, wow, nearly 70% possession, Leicester. I didn't realise they'd been quite that good on the ball. That's probably one of the lowest possession stats we've had in any game ever. 69% in favour of Leicester City. That's outrageous. I didn't realise I was quite relying on my counter-attack so heavily. Liverpool have scored a second goal against Wolves. I don't know who City have got on this particular match day, but the goal difference is still in their favour. So if we both win, they'll stay top. Need them to drop points at this stage for us to take the top spot. All we can do is continue to win our own games and hope that eventually that bad result for City arrives, whether it be via a game that they play away from us or in the game that we play against them towards the end. No, it's the beginning of February, isn't it? I was going to say towards the end of January. It's the beginning of February. Our first game outside of the transfer window is against Manchester City, I think. But as we approach half-time here, I'm still apprehensive about saying we're going to lead by a goal to nil. But as the ball gets played side by side, it might yet still happen. Chowdhury going backwards. Thank you. 1-0 up at half-time. Didn't want to jinx it. Lassia down the line there to Donyell Marlon. Sharp turn, strong tackle. And we're on the back foot again. Going to try and be better in possession in this half, considering I barely even touched the ball in the first, apparently. But we'll wait and see how this half progresses. Owusu could play the ball through there and has found Sanabria, who tucks it home with the first chance of this second half. And I am definitely going to have to be better in possession now, because Leicester pulled it back level. A real tame connection from Tony Sanabria, but just enough on it to get it past the keeper, who couldn't quite outstretch that right leg far enough. Leicester back level. Nice ball into the channel to Harriet. Here's Sanabria. To Harriet again. Away, please. Keeps. You do make me nervous when you do that. Tyler Roberts. Space for Donyell Marlon. I've got changes waiting to be made. Marlon is actually coming off soon, as is Erling Braut Haaland, who the pass finds here. And Retsos just stands there and lets me run straight into him. 3 changes coming. Mateus Cunha coming off the bench. Alain Saint-Maximin too, as well as Tyler Adams. A change in attack, a change in attacking midfield, and a change in defensive midfield too. I'll look for Orlan in that gap. Show some strength. It's a strong tackle, but it's going to drop free here for Jadon Sancho, who will turn really well. I see the man on the edge of the box. It's Donyell Marlon. Oh, good save by Everson. Really well done. Marlon nearly leaving the field of play as potentially the winning goal scorer. Struck really well. Keeper with a strong arm. Sanchez will deliver the set piece. It's decent. Owusu can only head behind for another corner. Keeping the pressure on. Throw in an attacking area. Hakimi back to Jadon Sancho. In here to Tyler Roberts. Cunha is kind of marked well at the minute. Turns nicely. Oh, I tried to find Renato again, but there's just so many Leicester defenders back, and they've defended so well throughout the entire game. They've been great in possession and great out of possession, Leicester City. Roberts, oh, it's beautiful. And Saint-Maximin can't finish, and Sancho can't get there either, and the keeper's going to claim it. That's the chance. We won't get a better one than that, and it's a brilliant save from Everson to deny Alain Saint-Maximin off the bench to potentially have the winning impact, and unable to do so. Canos, win it back. I need to win it back now. So I don't think there's going to be more than a couple of minutes added on, and it is just the 2. Saint-Maximin wins that back, and fairly. Come on then, away we go. Adams to Cunha. Tyler Roberts is there calling for it. Inside to... No! Renato Sanchez. I needed to go forward, not sideways. Time ran out on me. It's a 1-1 draw at home against Leicester... No, sorry, away against Leicester City. And I had the opportunity... A game of so few chances. I had the opportunity to win it there with Saint-Maximin and with Donyell Marlon. Fair play to Everson, the goalkeeper. He's won, or he's earned that point for Leicester City. The unbeaten streak will continue, I'm confident, but I need the win streak to continue. Something to learn from, I'll say. I don't know as there was much to learn from that other than it was just a very good performance from Leicester City. We aim to win every match we play, though, and of course we aimed to win that. Unfortunately, we weren't quite able to get it across the line. I certainly need to win the next game. If we do anything other than win, we will be out of the Champions League. AC Milan, a trip to San Siro coming up next. On paper, it looks like we're very similar. We have to make changes, focus on playing well. We'll have to focus on playing well. If we do, then we can get ourselves into the knockout stages. We won't make those same mistakes twice, and we can do even better than we did in the last games. We've been in good form in the Champions League. Good form in the Premier League until that draw against Leicester. Let's go and beat Milan. Milan's 11. Donnarumma in goal for them. Suso, Rafael Leao, who destroyed me in the first game against Milan, leads the line again. Hudson-Odoi on the other side. Wendell, who was equally as impressive. Benassa and Lema. Soyuncu, Caldara, Kenny Teta and Theo Hernandez at the back. Very similar 11, if not the exact same 11 that played against us last time. And beat us, of course, by 3-2. But I need to win at San Siro to go through. The task is clear. The task is difficult, but it is achievable. Daniel Marlon could get us off to a great start here if he finds the right through ball to Erling Braut Haaland, who's in and... who scores via the deflection of Soyuncu. That's so lucky. I tried to aim that across goal, slowed, settled myself, went to shoot across goal. By the time I got to take the shot, the defender was back at me, and I think the initial angle of the shot was going to take it straight at the keeper. It was, and it's the deflection that takes it in the bottom corner. Are we getting the biggest, not even slice, whole cake of luck to send us through to the knockout stages of the Champions League? It's a dream start for the away team. We lead by a 1-0. Wendell. Phillips wins it off him. It was them being loose in possession that led to our first goal. And they've let me in again by giving me the ball. Marlon to Haaland. Okay, maybe for a 1-2 with Tyler Roberts. I asked him to make a run. He didn't really seem that keen on making it there, Haaland. But Tyler Roberts, hits the post and cleared away by Soyuncu. So close to a second. So close to real daylight between ourselves and AC Milan. They're yet to get the ball towards our goal. But you know the first time that they do, they're going to stand a great chance of scoring. If not, will definitely score. But Marlon could be played through now. And he's going to have the legs on Caldara. And I see the man at the back post in Jadon Sancho. But he's gone to Haaland. I asked him to shoot first time. He couldn't. And Gianluigi Donnarumma does just enough. Jadon Sancho delivers the corner. Ben White could be up for this. He is. It's fallen free to Theo Hernandez. And slapped away. Lima brings it down. And AC Milan will look to build again. But they've been loose in possession. They've been nowhere near as good at home as they were away thus far. There's still plenty of time for them to turn that particular start around. Roberts tries to turn but can't. They're defending much better now, AC Milan. Not that they defended poorly in the first instance. It was the midfield that gave away the ball for the goal. And then Soyuncu did as much as he could. Got a great block on it. Unfortunately, it was the defensive block that sent the ball into the bottom corner. Now they're starting to get their attacking juices flowing again. And I don't like it when they do because they're so deadly. And they have been again. Benassa through the gap, somehow found. And Milan equalise. Leao with a ball roll sends the defender. That through ball there was perfection. And then the finish taken quickly as the keeper wasn't ready for it. Unbelievable. Really, really well done. And they're level. And you knew it was going to happen. Hudson-Odoi turns well, lays it back. Theo Hernandez whipped in well, away by Ben White, not properly. Benassa, so close to 2-1 Milan. Benassa proving to be the man of the moment in this game. It was Rafael Leao and Wendell in the first tie against Milan, but Jesus Christ, I cannot cope with Benassa and his forward runs at the minute. Brilliant for them in midfield. I might scout him just out of curiosity to see how good he actually is. AC Milan are just turning out to be the most impossible side to play against. They're so good. They're not even top of the group either, which is the most baffling thing. Let me get this out here to Jadon Sancho. Trying to get past Theo Hernandez, but he just lies down in the way. 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's still a goal apiece. We shall hope and pray that we can get the ball over the line for a second time and see this victory out. It is winner takes all at San Siro. Although if we draw, It will be Milan that go through in our place. Oh, no. Great tackle. Brilliant tackle. Benassa. Oh, what a ball to Hudson-Odoi. And what space he's in as well. Oh, they're just too good. AC Milan are just too good. I can't cope with them offensively. I just can't do it. In neither game against them have I been able to stop their attacking play. 2-1 to Milan at half-time, and we have the highest of mountains to overcome in the second half. Hakimi into Renato. Alvin Phillips looking for Orlan. Finds him well. Turns well. Oh, Jesus. Tyler Roberts just got out of the way of the defender there. It's like he was scared of him. He got hopped as the defender came to tackle him. He was terrified of getting crunched. We've got Crystal Palace coming up next, but I can't think anywhere outside of this stadium right now. Milan building again, and whilst I still try and concentrate on my attacking play, I'm terrified that they're just going to keep scoring. It might not matter how many I score, because they're just going to score more. They've been that good in front of goal over the course of the 2 games that we've played against them in this group stage, Milan. Sancho into Tyler Roberts. Orlan made the run, but I just couldn't find him. Sanchez will look for Tyler Roberts again, who's turned well. I've got Wendell with me, though. Look at the way they're hounding in defence. They're brilliant at the other end of the field as well. Renato will look for Orlan, who's turned brilliantly. Orlan! Goal! 2-2, just before the hour mark. Orlan has another. We have another. Game on! Brilliant turn. That's what made the goal. That first touch. Yes! Come on! Hudson-Odoi into Wendell. Benassa. Leao. Give me that. There is half an hour between the Champions League dream living and the Champions League dream dying. As it stands, it's dying. Ajax have gone 2-0 up. That's a terrible pass by Jadon Sancho, and we're on the back foot again. Ajax are going to win the group with 5 wins from 6 games. The only game they dropped points against, or dropped points in, was the second game against me, where we beat them after they beat me in the first game. Oh, Jesus. This is so tense, because I know that they're just one pass away from creating another really good scoring opportunity. Hakimi's trying to bully Teo Hernandez into giving up possession. Eventually, we do win it back, and we'll look down the line for Jadon Sancho to run into that space. Now, he should have the legs on Wendell. And he does have the legs on Wendell. Now, Tyler Roberts can pull off the back of the defender, which is exactly what he's done. We could, but don't lead. Hernandez with the cross. Ball out to Harvey Barnes, of all people, playing. No! Oh, my God! If you're going to go out the Champions League, then there's probably no better way for an opponent to do it. I can't... What can I say? What can I say? AC Milan, with that goal, have knocked us out the Champions League. I can't complain, can I? What can you do about that? When Rafael Leao is going to pull that out the bag with 2 defenders with him, what can I say? Oh my God. I think there might be a partial season 8. Provided we can qualify for the Champions League next season, which I'm certain we will do. I might do one more Champions League only season with Leeds United. I'll simulate all the Premier League and domestic cup games, and we will only play... Strike. We will only play Champions League games. I cannot believe that goal from Rafael Leao. Oh, that's terrible from Malacia trying to find Donyell Marlon down the line. That's just disgusting. They beat me 3-2 at Ellen Road, and it looks like they're going to beat us 3-2 at San Siro as well. Tyler, make me a run, please. Orlan trying to power his way through, but can't. You guys have seen how good AC Milan have been over the course of 2 games. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's fully offside. Jesus, they're so good. That one was my fault. Trying to force a pass where there wasn't a gap. Jesus wept. I've never played a side that have been as good as AC Milan have in 2 games than we have here. Manchester United last season beat us by 3-1 in a one-off game that was really, really, really difficult to play. But AC Milan have just been disgusting here, and that's going to be a free kick for them as I was trying to play Renato in. We're going to lose 3-2 at Ellen Road, and we're going to lose 3-2 at San Siro, and AC Milan will go through with Ajax to the knockout stages of the Champions League. All of their goals in both games against us were spectacular. And the one that won it here was out of this world. Ben White and Hakimi with him, and he's pulled that out. Goal of the season from Rafael Leão. Goal of the save from Rafael Leão. 2 defenders with him, and he does that. Are you serious? Oh my God. I can't complain. Fair play, AC Milan. You deserve to go through, and we don't. We beat CSK Moscow twice. We beat Ajax once. But 2 defeats to AC Milan see us out of the Champions League. We will still go into the Europa League because we finished 3rd in the group stage. So there is still the opportunity for a European trophy this year. But it won't be the Champions League. I can't believe that Rafael Leão goal. Can you? That was just unbelievable. I am staggered. And my managerial rating has plummeted. Plummeted to 65. Has the next round of the Europa League been drawn? It has been scheduled but not drawn yet. Jesus Christ. That goal from Rafael Leão. Oh, right. Palace, they were... Oh, typical. Absolutely typical. Palace are 17th, so it definitely makes sense to sim them and play Forest. But it's absolutely typical. We dropped points against Leicester. City go and drop points as well. So if we could have beaten Leicester, we'd be top. If we could have beaten AC Milan, we'd be in the knockout stages of the Champions League, not back in the Europa League. Oh, mate! Can you believe it? Loris Karius in goal for Crystal Palace, I've just noticed. Borja Mayoral still up top for them. Ganaka in the midfield. Cunha picks up a knock. Hopefully he's okay to continue. Jared Bowen scores from the spot, which is brilliant. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Cunha has now gone off for Daniel Marlon at the beginning of the second half, who then scores to make it 2-0, and we will get 3 points here against Crystal Palace. Now that should send us top for the time being, so I don't think City have played it. Or they have, and they won. It wasn't showing any other fixtures being played in the bottom right, so I didn't think that they played. Notice as well that Engel is now 91 rated. I'm sorry, Lino Navarrete, but Stefan Engel is the best Scout Future Star I have ever had. The best Scout Future Star I have ever had. He's been incredible. No, Cunha's out for 4 months. 4 months. Are you for real? Jesus. Well, that changes things then, doesn't it? Right, we're going to have some trouble rotating around. I've not got enough money to buy anyone incredible in January. I could try and buy someone in January, but who am I going to get that's worth having for £15 million? No one. Right then. Forest up next. Can we now go top of the Premier League table? I need to win again. And we hope that City will, again, drop points. It's our responsibility to try and win the league. And we will do that. We won the last match against Forest. And we shall do the same again, I pray. It'll be the only played game we've won in today's episode, which would be remarkable. But away from home to Nottingham Forest we go. And fingers crossed, top of the Premier League table we go. We'll wait and see. Forest's 11 then. Muric in goal for them. Matty Cash, Mbeso, Miazga and Ribeiro. Marimon and Otavio holding in the middle with Rigoni, Van Aken and João Carvalho sat behind. Tyler Walker leading the line for Nottingham Forest. Babacar on the bench only. To Marlon. He's probably going to be playing a hell of a lot more football than he expected to. With regards filling in for Cunha. Tyler Roberts draws a good save at the keeper. And Sanchez will deliver that ball into the middle. Van Aken heads that away. I might end up bringing Saint-Maximin back into the starting 11. Or even moving Saint-Maximin to striker in that rotation side. I haven't yet decided how I'm going to deal with the loss of Cunha. But Orlan is still leading the line up top in the first team. Another goal in the opening 10 minutes for Erling Braut Haaland. This time, no deflection needed. He's tucked that away really nicely and well worked as well. He into Sanchez, turns nicely. Brilliant pass, to be fair. Superb assist, more so than the finish. We lead by a goal to 0 at the City ground, but I'm going to need more. Even if we win, I need to claw back that goal difference against Manchester City as well, considering they keep matching our results. Rigoni. Or Rigoni, I don't know whether it's a hard or a soft or a rolled G. Not sure. Here's Matty Cash with a hell of a delivery. Renato Sanchez away, but only as far as Rigoni again. But Malacia steps in beautifully and then kicks that straight at Marimon. What seemed like a simple pass forward to Tyler Roberts. There you go. Did it that time, didn't you, pal? Out here to Jadon Sancho. Orlan is on the run. Mbeso is with him. Takes it in his stride here. Orlan, I'm going to try and chop the shoulder. And then back to Sancho. Oh, what a block by Marimon. Ay, 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 ay. Looking for that second. It's not come yet. Renato Sanchez delivers. And Militao, via the deflection of the defender's head, will get it back into the middle. Oh, he tried to get to that. Marlon couldn't. Oh, Muric with a save from Calvin Phillips. Decent effort on his left foot. Sancho with another good delivery. Marlon's underneath this one as well, but it's going to fall here to Ben White. I don't fancy him from distance. I don't fancy Eddie Militao from distance either. But this to Renato Sanchez. Could do with another great assist from him. Hakimi could even set him up for a goal of his own. We'll look for Orlan again. Another good turn. Another good block by the Nottingham Forest backline. Marlon will keep that in and then fail to find his Norwegian striker. Unfortunately, 22 minutes in, we still look like the only side that are going to score in this game. But we haven't got that second yet. And the longer it remains 1-0, the longer I remain worried that we're not going to get the victory. Rigoni. Malacia sprinting across to get to him. Here's Otavio. I'm waiting for a ball back to try and get it to one of the two in the middle. Just face me up. And Renato Sanchez will have that. Thank you very much. Tyler Roberts could look for him again. Renato is in behind here. And Forest have committed a lot of bodies forward. Renato might go himself. Does go himself. And scores as you would expect him to. Such is my confidence in that man in the past 18 months. The last season and a half, he's been impeccable. Another goal for Renato Sanchez. Another goal for Leeds. 2-0. Carvalho played in. Cross whipped well. Walker with the header. Oh, that didn't look like it was far away. And it was a decent header too. Oh, good angle to see how close it actually was. On the penalty spot. It did drift further wide than I thought it had. Good opportunity for Forest to immediately get one back though. An opportunity they haven't been able to take. Cash. Drops the shoulder nicely. Forward into... Oh, Van Aken actually let that run. That was genius. And now Tyler Walker's in the box. Poor pass, though. Oh, and from me. Good save by Stefan Engel. The pass, like the man that I intended to play that pass to, ignored it. And it went towards the man that was marked instead. Lovely headed clearance by Militao. Marlon sidestepped. I was trying to sprint at that. He just sidestepped towards it and let the defender get there first. Renato in the way of that, though. Marlon could make it up if he can get Orlan through again. But he can't. Looks like it's going to be 2-0 at half-time. We have fully deserved that lead. But Forest have been showing signs of getting back in the game. But it might be too little too late. Carvalho. Nice ball into Matty Cash again. Oh, Walker did get to that again. But wide of the target for a second time. Calvin Phillips. Forward to Marlon. Tyler Roberts arriving. Here's Renato. Through that gap is Orlan. It's on his right foot here, and the ball was bobbling nastily. Oh! Nearly finding Renato for another. Orlan and Sanchez linked up beautifully in this episode so far, and nearly did so again as Orlan's header goes past the post. Seemingly no one's allowed to score a header at this end of the field because Tyler Walker's had a couple of attempts and now Orlan's had a go as well and can't even hit the target. We shall just have to ensure that we use our feet and get the ball in the back of the net. Here is Tyler Walker, but Eder Militao cuts that out nicely. Still, they come forward though. Walker, Militao in the way. He's been such a great addition to our centre-back line. Really pleased with his introduction to the starting 11. Tyler Roberts could be in behind here, but I've overcommitted with a heavy touch. Half an hour to play, still 2-0. Renato into Calvin Phillips. Orlan looking for Marlon, who's going to be coming off sooner rather than later. Calvin, oh look for Renato Sanchez. The ball eventually reaches him. And as is so often the case, it also reaches the back of the net. A bow to the crowd from Renato Sanchez. We have 3 at the City Ground. We are going potentially top with this. If we can keep scoring goals the way that we are, we're going to drastically improve our goal difference to City's. And if they drop points, we'll certainly go top. If they win, but only by a single goal, then we will still stay level, but be much closer to them. And I brought Jared Bowen off the bench, who actually I'm contemplating using as striker in the rotation squad to keep Daniel Marlon in my starting 11. Oh, Renato's won that back. We could be adding a 4th here. Orlan, oh, what a block. Jared Bowen has 98 finishing. So I think in a rotation 11, he'd actually do a great job at striker. He scores quite a few goals in the rotation 11 anyway from that wide role. Bowen to Hakimi. Bowen in again. And 98 finishing does that. Yep. Decision made. Jared Bowen is going up top in the reserve side. And I'll call one of Tyler Wright or Joel Morris to play in his place out wide in that reserve side. Marlon will stay in the starting 11 because Bowen is deadly. Hakimi driven down the line to Sancho. Orlan kind of meandered to that. No. You are kidding me? You are kidding me? Now Orlan's down holding his knee. Am I going to lose my 2 best strikers in the space of 2 games? Don't do this to me, game. Don't kill me off like this. You might genuinely ruin our chances of winning the Premier League. Orlan down, not only down injured, Orlan out injured for a considerable period of time, probably. Cunha injured in one game. Orlan injured in another. We win by 4-0, but that's not my concern right now. My concern is how long is my Norwegian front man going to be on the sidelines? Hakimi continuing to perform well. Yes, indeed he is. 3 months! I can't believe it. In the space of 2 weeks, our entire season is falling apart. I can't believe it. Marlon's going to have to start up top in that team. I'm going to put Bowen up top in that one and move Tyler Wright out wide. Oh. I'm distraught. Absolutely distraught. I'm going to have to take Sam Maximan out of this team as well. John Morris can come in. I can't believe it. Out of the Champions League top of the Premier League outright, although if City win, they'll come back to us. And they haven't. City have lost. Manchester City have lost. We are top of the Premier League outright. Well, finally, we have some good news. Risk of losing 5 players. Well, if I'm going to do a Champions League... If I'm going to do a Champions League one-season spin-off, I'm going to have to offer these players contracts because I'm going to need them to still be here. What do you... Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a swift no, mate. You're not getting that much. Sure, good. Malacia. He's on 20... Whoa! Chill your bean, mate. I know, you're great, but... Christ. Emerson. Why do they want 100 grand pay rises? Pay rises? What's a pay rise, cheese? Tyler Roberts is probably a player that justifies having a massive pay rise. Okay. Saint-Maximin as well. You're not having that much extra. It's just not happening. So Tyler Roberts and Emerson, I still need to negotiate. I will do that in the next episode. And in that next episode, we will have Newcastle, Bournemouth, Manchester United, and now Southampton too, as the FA Cup has been drawn against Preston here. We lose 2 of our 3 strikers and go out of the Champions League. But we are top of the Premier League. So there is that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what a topsy-turvy episode. Oh. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. That was drama-filled. I'll see you tomorrow.